So big news to talk about is, of course, the Elder Scrolls Online. A lot of players from the Elder Scrolls universe have been waiting for this, and it's something that just fits perfectly for massive multiplayer. For those of you who don't know, there's already been news about the story, where it's going to take place. It's actually taking place 800 years before Morrowind. So a lot of people who have been with the Elder Scrolls for a long time, who know kind of the story and have followed it, they know that it's actually a really good place to put it because it gives a lot of opportunity to just clear the board and have their own special story.
And then plus, how the outline of the game is going to work is basically it's going to work with one massive crystal where everybody who's in the game, who's playing at the time, is going to be in one single world, in one server. They're not going to have multiple crystals where everybody's going to be on one server and say your friends are on another server. You want to play with them and start a new character. No, everybody's going to be on one server the whole time. Means, let's say you have friends on that same server, it's going to put you near them, or try to at least put you in the safe zone where they are at, so you can group up with them, go do dungeon raids or whatever you want to do.
Now the main point from the story perspective is that there's 3 different factions that are at war at this time. Like I said, this is before anything that a lot of people have played, from Oblivion and Skyrim and everything else that's been in between. We're talking about 3 different factions: the Ebonheart Pact, the Aldmeri Dominion, and the Daggerfall Compact, which those 3 different factions themselves were written into history from the Elder Scrolls. It's a very specific time frame, and it's something that's really cool that the players get to play.
And plus, the 3 factions can fight over the main city in the heart of the map. Whichever faction is holding the key of that city at the time, other factions come in and battle to try to take claim of that city. So it's a massive PvP area where 2 factions can go at it, or maybe more than 2 factions, maybe 3, all of them just go at it. Whoever wins takes control of that city.
Now there's very limited information about the 4th faction. It's actually the unplayable faction, and it's the faction that a lot of people, believe it or not, like to play. It's the Imperials. They have their own little area that they're trying to take over. They're trying to take back their empire, essentially, and they're becoming the bad guys. So it's kind of weird that the one set of factions that a lot of people like to play through in Oblivion and everything else, they're the ones that are actually the main bad guys that are trying to get their empire back. And there's a lot of rumors about how they're going to be putting that story in, saying, you know, maybe some of obviously some of the Daedric Lords are going to be playing a big part in that. And a lot of you who don't know, the Daedric Lords are kind of the underbelly evil entities, good or evil entities, but they're the ones that really mess with the world itself. They can hurt you or they can help you, whatever they feel like doing. So obviously one of the main ones is Malak Bal. He's the main guy of Pain, who just wants to destroy the entire empire, who has his own secret agenda. And so it's, in other words, it's just building a story that's going to be really great to play on.
When 2 factions go out after the city, you can be at level 10 to go into the PvP areas. Plus, once you hit the max level, that's when the game really opens up. From what I heard from one of the developers had said in the video, that you can actually go and with your buddies go in like epic dungeons, start battling for more better loot and stuff like that at the time.
And a lot of people know that loot is one of the main things about Elder Scrolls. It's why a lot of people want Elder Scrolls to have become a massive multiplayer online game, because the story and just the way that they create their weaponry is just so great. So there's a lot of stuff for those people who are PvE, who love to play for the environments and play the story. And of course, from everything the developers have been talking about, they're going to be adding a lot to the PvP environments as well.
Since it's going to be on one map where everybody's going to be on it at all times, they really can't have the graphics to near Skyrim's how level of graphics to detail it is. It's going to be pretty detailed, but not that detailed. It's not going to require people to have like monster gaming computers to run the game, or have over $1,000 worth of stuff just trying to run the game itself. They want the game to be able to be played on mostly any computer.
Well, it's definitely something that they can do. I mean, it's something like, for example, Morrowind. It's something that was very universal. The graphics themselves, even though they were basic for the time frame, it's something that a lot of people remember because of just how vast the world was, how much they were able to pack into the limited graphics that they had. Even if they're going to have everybody on that one map, it's definitely something that's not going to be a problem for Bethesda.
The way the game is going to end up probably working, you choose one of the 3 factions. Once you choose that faction, you start from the world, then you start doing quests.
So, I mean, it's one of those things that it's definitely going to be for the PvE players, the ones that love to play for the environment, play the story. For the PvP players, it's going to be definitely something that you want to take a look for. Something that where the environment continually changes. So it's definitely something you guys need to take a look at. Put an application in to the Bethesda website, apply for the beta, get it down, and get started on this. So that way, this can take off the way that it should.